because if you have a product and an idea, the basic thing is to how to market it and sell your product. Mr. Vivek is an CEO of Venture Garage, for an establishment which works basically for the startups, and I'd like Mr. Vivek to come up and enlighten us on this subject. Thank you, sir.
I think a toughest session, huh? So sorry for whoever is still here. I have to be here because I am speaking, right? So you don't have to be here, but you've chosen to be here, right? So congratulations. Though I spend most of my time in, can I use this? I spend my time in fundraising, but sometimes every time Talees bhai asks me to talk about go-to-market, so nevertheless I will do that. First startup I started was in 2007. Since then I've run 4-5 startups. I've lost a lot of money in them. Some we made money, some got bought, some got closed. So we went through that cycle. And, I will try and give you my, so typically when I used to talk about go-to-market, I used to usually have a PPT. But, I think I've now done enough of that to realize that probably the PPT really doesn't make too much sense. So I will try and tell you a few things which I've learned. Hopefully, that makes sense to you. Since we are a small number of people, if you're a startup and you feel free to converse with me, right? During the presentation. So to me, go-to-market is really a 3-step process. There are 3 things which you need to keep in mind. And to me, they are really a very, very simple 3 things. In your mind, if you are feeling heavy about go-to-market, यदि आपको लग रहा है, boss, this is like a millstone around my neck, then be rest assured you are overthinking go-to-market. If it is heavy on your heart, on your books, on your business, on whatever, it is my guarantee to you that you are really, really overthinking it. 3-step process, and I believe that if you follow that, most of the time it is heavy if you are not following that. And most of the time, the first step is really what is missing, which is why it is typically so heavy on you. So the first principle, I think the first step to do in a go-to-market is to get your value proposition in place, right? Why are you there? There are really only 2 value propositions in the world. I haven't yet come across a third one. I've seen a few thousand startups in the last few years. So, okay, there could be beyond 2, but pretty much I have only seen 2. And they are, you can either relieve pain or you can give pleasure. There is really no third, value proposition. So the question is, and by the way, relieving pain is a much bigger value proposition than pleasure, right? So gaming sites, most of the men are thinking something else, but but doesn't matter. That's of course also a business proposition. But pain is a much bigger proposition. So if you are relieving pain, and if you are relieving a pain which is a real pain, then the rest is pretty much easy. So the first thing is to figure out, are you really relieving any pain in your customer's life? If you are not doing that, which is why your go-to-market is heavy, which is why you are struggling with go-to-market, because there is really no pain which you are trying to relieve. There is a story I'm sure you must have read somewhere, that there's this 2 friends sitting and there's this dog which is sitting on a pin and is whining, So the dog is sitting on a pin and whining but not moving. So the friend जिसका dog था, दूसरा friend उससे पूछता है कि यार why is the dog whining? Why doesn't it get off? He says the pain is not strong enough. Most of us it is critical for you to understand that if the pain is not strong enough, your customer will not move. He will sit, he will whine, but he will not move. And that frustrates you. You think, अरे यार तुम whine कर रहे हो, why don't you adopt this? It will remove, the pain is not strong enough. So the first and the foremost thing, and I think that is what most of us struggle with, is what is the pain you are really, really trying to get rid of? And if you're a startup here, I would urge you to think once again, what is the pain you are relieving? And is that a significant enough pain for that dog to move off that pin? I think that's really just the first principle. The other thing, when you're trying to remove pain or pleasure, typically I don't use pleasure because the conversation goes in another direction. But don't forget that you could also be a gaming site and, for example, be fun. Right? Fun is something which all of us want, amusement, fun. So coming back to that. The other thing with the value proposition is, even if you figured it out, you try to do too many things with that. You must have heard of the word focus. The more extreme your focus, in fact, you have to be dysfunctional about your focus. If you're not dysfunctional about your focus, you have not got your value proposition right. So if you're not dysfunctional, if people don't think you're slightly crazy, the chances of your startup working really dramatically reduces, in my opinion. If some people don't think, yaar, tum pagal ho. If you haven't heard that once or twice a day, I can tell you I hear that at least 7 to 8 times a day. So, I think if you do that, probably at least get at least 1 or twice a day, I think you're probably on the right track. Take just a quick diversion. Can I use that table? Okay. So let me, I don't know if you guys can see this table. Let me show you what focus is. So most of us have, so I have a wife. Men will relate to that. How much of that is how big a distraction that is typically, right? I have 2 kids. One is 15 and one is 10. Let me assure you, there are now much bigger distractions than my wife is. On top of that, I have a company to run. On top of that, I have 3 EMIs to service. On top of that, I have my parents who stay in Calcutta. Every month they want me to come there. So typically what happens is, all of us have things like that in our lives, right? So look at this table, right? So, I have my parents on my life, I have 2 of my children on my life, etc., etc. And then on top of that, so you have 5, 6 things in your life. And most of us want to be the president of the welfare association. Most of us want to be alumni head of our college, right? So we have 6 or 7 things in our this thing. And then, and this is the startup, right? That's the best thing on this table. So this is the startup, right? And then we want to do a startup. So what do? So we have all this. On top of that, we put a startup. And then we try to focus on the startup. So all of us, if you can see this table, let's focus on this. That's your startup. You've heard this before, right? Focus. You've heard that before? So let's focus on this. Now this, I don't know, okay, I'll give you 15 seconds quickly. Focus, right? Easy to focus, right? It's the most colorful thing on your table. Focus. Okay, now don't misinterpret what I'm trying to do. But, it is very difficult to focus on something where there are 10 other things. There's only one way to focus. Now focus on that's really the only way to focus. And you have to realize that is, none of us are gods. None of us are, whoever we think we are. So it's critical to realize that you can't build a startup on top of 20 other things which are happening in your life. Get rid of a few things in your life. So you have to let go of being the alumni president. You have to let go of being your welfare association. You may have to let go of be the head of the organizing committee of the Dussehra thing in your locality. You have to maybe let go of be the chief organizer of the family trip, which is going to go to London next year, and you have to get all your mommies and chachis and, by the way, I've done a lot of this, which is why, so you have to figure out so let me assure you, I am no resident welfare association, I am no secretary anywhere, I do not, no alumni association, no, I'm not saying stop, I go out, I'm not saying, stop giving time to your kids or stop giving time to your whatever, stop watching TV, of course. But that is the way to focus. So get your pain point right and get your focus right. pretty much, if you're not dysfunctionally focused there, let me assure you, you're not going anywhere. Now the next question. So if you've got a focus, if you've got a focused pain principle, is when we can start now talking to your target market. As soon as you've identified your pain point, the target market is pretty easy to identify. Now the problem is typically what is the problem you're trying to solve. So if the problem is not big enough, is not strong enough, you're not focused enough, then your target market becomes defocused. You're not talking to the right person. And because you're not talking to the right person, he or she doesn't want to buy. So the more he or she doesn't buy, the more you get frustrated. And after some time, like 90-95% of startups will shut, you probably be one of that statistic, right? I don't know if you want to be that statistic, but if that scares you, then get focused on that. And the next thing to do is then to look at what target markets you will typically look at. My feeling with where a couple of startups seem to go wrong with looking at target markets is you need a large enough market to talk to, but you don't have to start with talking to that large enough market. Let me explain the difference. So, obviously, if you are, let's say you've created a specific shoe, and if the total target market, let's say you've created a shoe for people who have violet hair, right? Now, if the target, probably there are only 50 people in the world like that or 100 people in the world like that, that is a very small target market you're talking about and typically a bad strategy, right? But now let's say you've created a shoe for all 18 to 25-year-old women. So that's a huge market, right? There'll be millions and trillions of such people in the world, right? So that's a large enough market you're talking to. Having said that, please do not start talking to that entire market. So the market should be large enough, but do not start talking to the entire market. Start talking to maybe 2% of your market, 4% of your market, 1% of your market. So that's the other mistake which I've seen with a lot of the businesses which come to us is they've got a large enough market and they start by talking to all that market size. It's good to have a large market, a very bad idea to talk to that entire market. So that is a very, very scary thing to do. Wait for a VC to bet on you, and when you have a lot of money to burn, then start talking to let's do that with other people's money. With your money, talk to a small target. Talk to a small target, pick up 1 lakh, pick up a 2 lakh, pick up 3 lakhs. Enough to show that what works, what you're saying, the pain is big enough, the strength of your proposition is big enough. That's a customer will buy your product. So which is pretty much the second thing, that when you're talking target market, talk about a large market, but start talking to a very, very small market. And the rest, which is really the go-to market or figuring out what channel to reach your target market, is pretty much the easiest thing to do if you've got number 1 and number 2 in place, right? Most of us struggle with number 3 is because we've either not got number 1 or number 2 in place. If you've got number 1, number 2, number 3 is pretty obvious, right? Ki boss, is Facebook a good channel to reach them? Is Google do I need to go on Google to reach them? Do I need to go on a content site to reach them? Do I need to distribute flyers to reach them? Do I need to stand at a corner of a street to reach them? How do I now reach my target audience? Once you figured out that these 2 lakh people I want to talk to, then it is relatively easier, right, to figure out ये लोग कहाँ हैं, इनका media consumption आज क्या हो रहा है, where is a good time to catch them, right? So that is pretty much it, right? So 3 things: figure out the pain or the pleasure principle. The second, I'm forgetting it. Right? Yes, no, focus is part of the pain principle. The second thing is, of course, get your target market in place. And the third thing is to figure out who you want to talk to. It's pretty much a very simple 3 things. The more you try to overcomplicate it, the more I think, you will struggle with go-to-market. So just remember these 3 things. I will just close with, some what I believe creates success. So I believe there is something called the dream, the struggle, and the prize. All of us like stories which are about the dream, the struggle, and the prize. You know, my parents left me when I was 2 years old. This foster family adopted me. I worked hard, I managed to get into school, but I couldn't do very well, so I dropped out of school, and now see, I built Apple, right? So there is a dream, there is a struggle, and then there is a prize. All three need to happen. Most of us will not like stories of, dream and prize, right? So, let's say, how many of us listen to stories of rich journalists, let's say, a very rich industrialist son, right? A very rich industrialist son, if he comes and tells us his story, we have no interest, right? Because there is probably no struggle. There is maybe no dream also. There's only a prize. None of us relate to that, right? So as a startup, think, do you have a dream? And if you have that, be willing to go through the struggle. Do not try to shorten the struggle, because when you come on stage and tell us your story, the only way people will like you if you've gone through a struggle. If you've not gone through a struggle, nobody relates to you, right? If you say, I have this dream of building the largest hospital in the world, and my dad said, very good idea, so here is 500 crores, go and do that. Nobody is really interested in that story. How many stories like that have you heard in the last 1 year, right? Every day I get some forward on WhatsApp of somebody who dropped out of, see, how many of us love drop out of schools, right? A school se drop out hoke itna bada company bana liya, right? What's exciting about that? The excitement about that is probably there was a lot of struggle, right? And he or she is talking about that. And to me, the biggest struggle is go to market. The biggest struggle in this story is go to market. Do not shortchange on that story, because if there is no struggle, let me assure you, if there is no struggle, nobody wants to listen to your story at all. And I'm sure as a startup, probably that's motivating you more than money, right? If money was motivating us, we'd probably pick up jobs, right? Most of us want to go on stage and tell our story. Someday in our life, we want to go like Larry Page, or go up on stage and say, this is my story, right? And if that is what you are sitting here for, that you want to go on stage and tell us your story, do not shortchange the struggle. And in my mind, go to market is pretty much the biggest and the only struggle which you will really need to go through. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to India's first corporate news channel. We invite interviews, articles, press releases from your organization. Visit our portal www.indianconventions.com. Thank you.